the bluff at Sony Pictures Studio lot in Culver City for the 144th day of WGA strike. And Lions are out in full force. Both undergraduate, graduate, and alumni students are here for LMU's themed back-to-school strike. The WGA and AMPTP agreed on a tentative deal on Sunday, September 24th, just 2 days after LMU's back-to-school strike, and the anticipation was felt by many participants on that Friday morning. On September 26th, the WGA confirmed all 3 boards voted unanimously to recommend the agreement to 11,500 WGA members who will vote on the contract next week. The strike will end at 12:01 a.m. on September 27th. Let's take a look back at the pulse of Friday's events on the picket line.
Because I was watching it from afar, like I was studying abroad this summer, and I was like, I really wish that I could just go support the writers and the actors.
I would say over the summer, we're just trying to do what we could to support from afar, but it really feels very different to get to be here in person and kind of see the people that are doing the work. And also, I think it's really great to see how welcoming they are to non-WGA members.
Even though we're not in the unions yet, like this is our future, and we have to make sure that there's a future for us after college.
Exactly. Like I'm graduating next year. I think it's just as much our responsibility as students to support the strike as it is someone that is already in the WGA.
I said to myself at the start of the summer that this, to me, as soon as I heard about the strike, was going to be the summer of striking. We've done what's called the tour of the studios, where we go to each of the studios each week. Being here and then also seeing the attitude that people have online has honestly been one of the most enthusiastic and heartwarming things for me. Now, I know this is a tough time because strikers, they're losing out on money, they're losing out on houses, they're losing out on all this. However, seeing them able to bind together and remain committed to each other, even though people are losing stuff, the solidarity alone does a lot to show to people how important this is.
So I found out people were doing different themed events, and I knew a lot of my students, especially back in May, where they were very nervous about the strike. They wanted to know what was going on, and my advice to them was get out there and join the strike line, because it doesn't matter if you're a member or not. So some of them started to do it, and they said maybe we should do an LMU day, and so I organized one early in the strike. We did it here because it's so close to LMU. There was another one over the summer that was an all-college strike here, and so we joined that, and I think we outranked other schools. We were really proud of that.
Have you noticed a lot of students from any universities?
LMU.
Yeah.
LMU's been unbelievably supportive, but we've had UCLA, we've had several other universities out here, and then individual students, film students show up, people that call themselves pre-WGA, but LMU has been the most supportive.
Do you have any advice for the pre-WGA students or postgraduate students?
You always never forget what the union did for you. What I'm fighting for now, I probably won't realize myself personally. I'm fighting for the young people, because somebody did that for me. I'm doing it. I'm doing that for the future generation.
So you would say this hasn't impaired your spirit?
No, it has not impaired the spirit of anybody out here. No, it's a tough fight. It's a hard fight, but it's the fight we have to have.
The strike is going to end, and I think that every writer, especially writers who are just starting out their careers, are going to be better off for it. Just because of the way the business has changed with streaming, with short episode orders, with long hiatuses between seasons. It's hard to keep a living when you can only work for one season every year or two. But I think that post-strike, the whole idea is we want to make it so this can be a job that you can make a livelihood at any level, not just at the very 1% or very top.
Where were you when you found out that a tentative deal was made?
So I was actually on a film set. Everyone was just absolutely ecstatic. The second the news broke, even before it was from the WGA, we were all cautiously optimistic. But then when we heard from the WGA, we were thank God, we're almost there. But also in terms of the WGA, just making sure people know what the WGA was fighting for. Because I think there's this common thought that they're greedy. It's for the people who are in your commercials. They're striking. It's for the people who write your favorite miniseries. They're striking because that's not enough. The things that you love each day, there's so many people who pour their heart and soul into it, and they need to be compensated correctly within an insurance and fair wages.
I kept checking emails because for the most part, I didn't really trust anything unless it came straight from the WGA. But I would also occasionally check Facebook, and that's I think that's where it broke for me. I get people that I know in the industry reaching out because they're looking for a PA or they're looking for somebody, and so hopefully I can help some of those students that graduated without a lot of job opportunities to land something. somewhere.
Honestly, my enthusiasm for being in film has only gone up by being on the picket lines. It's been eye-opening in how tough this industry is. It reflects that even if you are successful, even if you are a highly acclaimed writer, you get all the awards you've ever wanted, there's a chance that everything could be stolen out from under you. There's a chance that they'll find a way to screw you. And that's scary, but it's super encouraging to see how people will rally behind you.